Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Manual. Now in this series of videos, myself and Avomance try to show you what we typically do in order to survive while playing Minecraft in 1.14, specifically at the moment 1.14.3, although 1.14.4 is just around the corner. What we're going to do today, and I've said it a million times, I'll say it again, it's a big day today. Now in the last episode, Avo and I killed the Ender Dragon. Bless her little cotton socks. And what that did was allow us to get back from the end using the end portal, but it also, as I pointed out, created an end gateway. And the end gateways take us off out into the wilderness and allow us to explore end cities and the islands that are in the back and beyond of the end. So that's where we're going to go today. But before I go there, I've got to gear up like I do all the time. I've slept in this bed actually, so when I come back from the end, I'll come back to this bed. I won't come back to the portal room. What I want to do to start with, I've got my slow falling potions. I'm watching you. I've got my slow falling potions. Let's get in here before I start messing about. So I've got my slow falling potions. I've got some regeneration potions. I've got feather falling 4 on my boots, which we got the last time, but I've only got sharpness 4 on this sword. Now I've been doing a bit of fishing, and I've got myself a sharpness 4 book with aqua affinity on it and piercing. And obviously piercing is no good to me because I don't have a crossbow and I've already got aqua affinity. But I will be having that away because I'm going to put it on my sword in order to give me a sharpness 5 sword. You know, from the time when we were crafting over there, if I whip out my sword and get to an anvil, if I were to put a sharpness 4 book on a sharpness 4 sword, it will give me sharpness 5. So now I've got looting 3, sharpness 5 and unbreaking, which is fantastic. And obviously sharpness 5 will kill the bad guys in the end a little bit quicker than a sharpness 4 sword would do. So what I want as well, I need to take some blocks. Now we can mine blocks while we're over there. We can mine the end stone, but it's probably just as easy to start with for me to take a load of cobble, because we are going to have to be blocking across most of the end without the elytra. The end gateway will take us about 1,000 blocks out, but then to get any further, to get from one island to the next, we are going to have to block over. But I don't want to be using cobble solid blocks, and I'll explain this when I get there. So I'm going to need my stone cutter. We'll have that, and then I can make some slabs when I'm over there. What I also want is a crafting bench, but before I do that, I'm going to make myself some Eyes of Ender. There you go, I make 7 to start with, and grab myself some obsidian. Grab myself 8 obsidian. Now I told you about ender chests in the last episode. These bad boys here that you can put your stuff in, and then if you die you don't lose anything, and that no matter where, it doesn't matter if it's your ender chest or somebody else's, as long as it's an ender chest you can open it and those items will be in that ender chest. However, to pick that up I need a silk touch pick, which I don't have. I don't currently have a silk touch pick, so I'm going to make myself an ender chest now, like that. But when I put that down and put my stuff in it, I can't pick it up again. What I can do though is break it with my diamond pick, and it will drop 8 pieces of obsidian. And then I can find a crafting table, I can put my 8 obsidian in there, combine it with an Eye of Ender, make myself another ender chest. So I've sort of got 8 chances to put my stuff in an ender chest before I run out of ender chests. Hopefully that'll make some sense, and I'll demonstrate that as we're off around and about. So I'm going to grab my crafting bench as well, like that. So I've got everything I need. I've got some pearls to get me through, and I'll show you a trick of getting through the end gateway as well without the pearls. I probably don't need that little bit of wood. There's the egg. Look at that. Fantastic. We'll make a bit of a statue, I'm sure, sooner or later with that. Let me get my food on my hotbar. I've got my wood, got my potions, got my shield, got my stone cutter, end pearl, eyes of ender, got that, got my that, got my this, got my that, got my this. Right, I'm going to make my way over to the end portal, and then I shall probably meet you over in the end. So we're on the main platform, and like I mentioned, anything and everything on this 5x5 platform, when you come through the portal, gets incinerated, and that's primarily, well, it's only because sometimes the platform that you spawn on is actually inside the island, and if you were to spawn onto this platform for the first time and it was underneath a load of endstone, you'd suffocate. So it's just written into the code that everything above it, I think it's 5 blocks above it, gets incinerated, so therefore you've actually got a bit of an air gap if you spawn inside the island. So there's no point putting anything on the top of here. However, because of where the end portal is in the overworld, in the stronghold, there's a very good chance you're going to get mobs coming through the end portal, and as soon as they come through into the end, with the end not being loaded, they'll just sit there until you come through. So there's a very good chance you'll come through and come face to face with a slime or a silverfish or a zombie or a creeper or something like that, and it's very easy to get knocked off the edge. So what I'm going to do is whip out my crafting bench. I'm going to make myself a load of fence gates, and I'm going to put them around the outside of the platform. And obviously crouch all the time. Keep crouching, and then you shouldn't fall off the edge. So now, if I spawn in here and I get attacked by something, it's not going to push me off the edge, and it'll give me time to either fight back or leg it over there. Pick that up. So now what we need to do is find the end gateway, and I pointed that out to you the other day. I don't have any pumpkins, so I've got to be looking at the floor. That's where we killed the dragon. There's the end portal in the middle. Oh, there's the end gateway all the way over there. Now, the end gateways are generated every time the dragon is killed. So as soon as you kill the dragon, you get an end gateway, which we've looked at, which is over there. It looks like Avo's already been up and through it. You can summon the dragon again by using end crystals. If you make end crystals and put 4 of them around the one north, south, east and west on the portal, it will generate the dragon again. It will respawn the dragon. If you kill her for a second time, another end gateway will appear somewhere around the perimeter of this main island. You can then summon her again, kill her again, another one will spawn, and you can do that 20 times. You can have as many as 20 end gateways spread around the main island. If you summon her for a 21st time and then kill her, you won't generate another portal. There's a maximum of 20 portals, and they'll all teleport you relatively out into the world. So if we look at F3 now and stand near the end portal, look at towards the direction of the gateway, and that's that's northwest. Okay, it's more west than north. That's west. That's north. So it's sort of if we were on a clock, that would be like 10 o'clock. So when we teleport out in that portal now, it's going to take us to an island that's about 1,000 blocks away in the northwest. Okay, so it's good to know. It's good to know that. So if we do that now and then have a shufti up here. Now normally you'll need to get ender pearls in order to teleport through one of these end portals, but there is a way. If you're stuck, I mean, can you imagine being stuck without ender pearls in the end? I mean, you're going to be able to kill an enderman to get them anyway, But just imagine for a second that you don't have an end portal, an ender pearl to get into there. What you can do is, let's put down a couple of blocks, block there, and then if we put a trap door, which is why I bought trap doors, if we put a trap door there, I'm gonna have to put another one, aren't I? If we put a trap door just there like this, where are you, trap doors? Put it there on the bottom of the bedrock, just there, then open it, stand here, and now if you click it, if you close it, it will put you in crouching mode. And now you're actually small enough to get underneath the bedrock and crawl into the end portal. So I'm just going to have something to eat, grab my sword, and then wander into the end portal. Brilliant. And I've got my remote gateway. Luckily, Avo has built a little platform, which was very nice of him. If he hadn't, I'd have TP'd down onto the floor down there. Okay, so we're now out we're going to be about 1,000 blocks away from the main island. Actually, we're not. We're only 795, 800. I suppose it's relative. It's 795 by 576. So in a sort of radius kind of way, we are probably about 1,000 blocks away. And there are no islands within 1,000 blocks of spawn. So you could, if you wanted to, block out from the main island to one of these islands, but it would take you an absolute age to do. Anyway, by the by, so if we look that way, that's west, that's north. So there you go. We've been teleported to the northwest island, to a northwest island from the main portal, which, as I mentioned, is good to know because we're going to have to start blocking to get to another island. And if we start blocking this way or we start blocking that way, it would take us thousands of blocks before we hit an island, because we'll in effect be heading back towards spawn. So it's always good to know where spawn is, and that way you're not inadvertently blocking back towards it and obviously getting nowhere. Now it looks like Avo has gone west. Go west. Do 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 do. Yeah, he's left a little trail of breadcrumbs over there. There's one there. There's definitely a bridge over there. That's man-made. So he's definitely gone west. So I'm going to head north. Actually, I need to put my water on my hotbar to start with, just in case one of these bad boys takes a fancy to me. Right, let's head north then. Also, remember the coordinates, because you might have to come back here again. So 800 by 600, give or take, minus 800 by minus 600, give or take, is going to bring me back to this end gateway. Although these do get generated randomly on islands further out, so you might get lucky and you might be able to pop through one of those. And each one of the end gateways, doesn't matter where it is, out on one of the islands, it will always teleport you back to the main island. So anyway, let's have a shufty over here. Now these are chorus plants, and they're great. Let's break one. So if you break a chorus plant, you get showered with chorus fruit. Grab myself some chorus fruit. If I eat that chorus fruit now, it's going to randomly teleport me to a location not very far away, but it will teleport me. Now it should use the same rules as when Endermen are teleporting. So you shouldn't spawn into a solid block. You shouldn't spawn into water. You shouldn't spawn into the void. Shouldn't, and I use the word shouldn't. So if I eat this now, it's teleported me 3 blocks. And it's teleported me another 3 blocks. So it doesn't take you very far, but it's something to play about with. I don't know whether it works on factions or anything like that, but possibly if you're stood next to an obsidian wall or a vault of some kind, one of your mates has got a vault that he doesn't want you to get into, you might be able to TP through it using one of those things. Now, those things there are chorus flowers. To get one, you have to actually break the chorus flower. You can't break the entire stem. If you break the stem, the fruit will drop. If you want the flower, you have to actually break the flower. And what this does now, I can put that down and that will create another chorus plant. And if you've got some endstone in the overworld, you can take these back to the overworld and farm them. They make a nice block, nice purple block. If you cook it, it's great. We'll see some hopefully when we get to an end city. Let me grab that trapdoor. It's not despawned already, has it? Oh no, there it is. So what did I say? I said I was going to head north. So let's head north. Okay, so I've travelled as far north as I can go. Now I've got to get across to that bad boy over there. Now, if it was a little bit closer, then you might be able to ender pearl over to it. That's too far away for me to ender pearl, so I'm going to have to block over. Now, I could use solid blocks, but if I use solid blocks, then endermen are going to be able to spawn on it. And then when I'm coming back, I'm going to have to crouch and push my way past endermen. So what I'm going to do is whip out my stone cutter, and I'm going to turn these cobble blocks into slabs. Pick that back up again. What can I throw away? Actually, I don't need those ender pearls now. I'll throw those away. Now I'm going to use slabs to block over there, and that means when I'm coming back, there won't be any endermen stood on top of these slabs on the bridge. Now, whatever you're doing, when you're blocking out, don't have anything in your shield hand. Do not have anything in your offhand like that. Because if you're blocking, you can only do one thing at a time. And if you're crouching, so you don't fall off the edge of the block, and you're trying to put a block on the edge like you do when you're bridging out, if you accidentally miss or you're out by just a tick, you could activate your shield or put down a torch or activate your trapdoor or something, and then you will fall off your platform, fall off your pillar into the end, and you will die and everything will go. Okay, so when you're pillaring out, do not have anything in your offhand. And then you've got to crouch and then walk backwards and look at the edge of that block and then right click on it, and that will put a block underneath you, and then you can move out a little bit further. But you have to hold down shift all the time. If you let go of shift at all, then you're going to probably fall off at the end. All right, so you've got to shift, and my fingers already started to shake. I've only been doing it a second. Get yourself comfortable, shift, walk to the edge of the block, and then put down a block. Now, as long as you don't encounter any lag or anything like that, you should be safe to do this. Every so often, though, I've noticed that my mouse will freeze, something will happen, and all hell will break loose. But I'll cross that bridge, so to speak, when I come to it, if I come to it. Once you've got this far across, potentially, if you've got your ender pearls on you, you could just turn around and throw an ender pearl, but then you still have to block when you get back. So now that bridge will never have enderman in the middle of it. There might be an enderman here that walks onto the edge of it a little bit, but there will never be any in the middle, so I don't have to worry about that when I'm going back that way. So now that bridge is there, I shall head north again. Okay, so I've reached the end of this island again. Now, if I go north here, there's nothing that way. So sometimes you don't have to go left to go right, to go straight on. So you just have to determine then which the closest area is to the island you want to go to. And I don't like going sideways. I always like bridging in a straight line if I can. I'm going to go over here. And always try and go in one direction. If you're going north, always try and go north. If you're going east, always try and go east. The minute you start zigzagging and going all over the place, is that That's a little bit close. Oh, I'm going to go from here. Go from here. The minute you start zigzagging all over the place, it's just confusing. Right, nothing in my offhand. Make sure my inventory is full of slabs. If you start getting the old pinky quivers and your hand starts to shake while you're bridging across, just move forward a little bit and stop and clench your hands and just relax for a couple of seconds. Don't try and force yourself to make it all the way across if your little pinky starts to shake, because invariably you'll fall off and die. And obviously another good thing about using slabs is you get twice as many for your money, don't you? I'm gonna have to make some more in a minute. Now I've run out. Oh no, I've got some more cobble. If I've run out of cobble or you've run out of stone, you can use end stone and turn those into end stone slabs as well. So that's as long as you've got a pick, then you should always be able to bridge across somewhere. My word, that came out of nowhere. That is what we're looking for. That is an end city, and that's a big old end city as well. That's fantastic. Actually, I'm going to get my shield in my hand now, because we're just about to face up to some bad boys that have got heat-seeking missiles on them. Now be careful when you're here, when you're looking around, be careful not to look at an Enderman. If you look at an Enderman, he will attack you and there'll be tears. Is that what we're looking for? Is an end city with a ship. There's a ship. I can't believe how lucky I've got. How far have I travelled? I've only travelled 500 blocks north. No, less than that. No, just over 600 blocks north. And I found myself a massive end city. That is brilliant. It's going to be chock full of shulkers. So we can make some shulker boxes out of that. But also on that ship, there's going to be a pair of Elytra. And that's really what we're after. Now, there are a couple of ways to get up there. I'm going to mine some end stone, because there are a couple of ways to get up there. The first one is to go up the end city and then get up to the dock, which would be there, and then pillar over across to the ship. But if you do that, there are usually some shulkers on the ship, and they'll fire at you. And if you get shot while you're that high up, there's a very good chance you're going to fall off and die. So I pretty much always go in through the bottom. And that way you've only got to worry about the one shulker that's inside the boat. Okay, that should be enough. Now, we're lucky as well that this ship is actually above the island. Sometimes they're out over the void, and you can't get to them this way. So we are quite lucky. So we want to get. Are we underneath it? If we look straight up, we need to be going straight up through the bottom of it. So now I'm going to take my slow falling potion, just in case you're working at height. So take some potion and then just pillar up. Didn't think I'd ever make it. Brilliant. So we're up to the bottom of the boat. Can you hear that bad boy? You can hear him inside, can't you? Blah, blah, blah. Fabulous. So now we're inside the boat. There he is, the bad boy. So we've just got to get over there and kill him. If you whack him and he's not open, he could teleport away, and also he doesn't take a great deal of damage. There you go, and he's dropped a shulker shell. Exactly what we were looking for. But we've also got the Elytra, the elusive Elytra. These can only be found on end ships. They won't regenerate. They are first come, first served. I don't need that bottle. I don't need that. I'm going to grab you, pop it off, and we've got ourselves a sky's the limit advancement. That goes just there where your chest plate goes. And now, have a look at this. Got wings. And that means if you double tap now, you should be able to enter flying mode. So you jump and then double tap and you enter flying mode. I don't know whether it's called flying mode or not, but you fly. And we'll look at that closer next episode when we've got some rockets that are going to allow us to fly about. So now we've got that, I need another. Oh, what's this? Instant healing. Yeah, we'll have some of that. Actually, I'm going to take my Elytra off, put that back on again. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Oh, I didn't even bother looking in the chest, so we're getting all excited then. Let's have a look what's in here. We've got actually a decent pair of boots. And in here we've got diamonds. Oh, we've got lovely, lovely stuff. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to stick down my ender chest. I'm going to throw in my Elytra so I don't lose that. I'm going to have that, and I can never have too much gold. I'll take the iron as well. Put that and that in there. Put my shulker shell in there for the time being. Definitely, definitely. And I'll even have an unbreaking 3 shovel. Why not? Thank you very much indeed. Put all of those in there. Now, I need to break this because I need the obsidian. Have that trapdoor again. So now if I break it, it's going to drop the 8 obsidian. I can now make another ender chest when I get to wherever else I'm going to get to. Right, there's a bad boy through the wall there. Wait for that. Wait for that to disappear, that thing. Whoa! See, those, when they hit you, they cause you damage, and they'll also levitate you, which is really annoying, actually, because if you're flying out in the middle of nowhere. Got another shell. Another shell. That's superb. I'm going to go down here now. No, I'll worry about that in a minute. Let's... He's up on top, isn't he? How long have I got left on my slow falling? I've got no slow falling potion left, so I'll have another one. And get up on here and see if we can beat this guy up. Where did he come from? Was there another one, or was that the only one? So really, the only way to do it, I say the only way, you can shoot them, you can whack them. How long have I got left on my slow falling? I've got another 3 minutes left on it. So I'm going to see if I can throw an ender pearl. Oh, and I've put them away, didn't I? You've got to be careful up here looking around, because if you look at an enderman all the way down there on the floor, he will get aggroed with you and you won't even know it until you get down there. So be careful when you're looking down. Now, before we leave this place, I need to grab myself some blocks, because there's a little trophy on the front, just there. Little trophy of our time on the boat. Put a couple of blocks underneath it so we don't... I'm blocking with a shield in my hand. And what did I specifically say? Don't block with a shield in your hand. I'm going to throw away my gate so I've got a bit of room in my inventory. And then break the dragon head, pick it up. Everybody, and I mean everybody, puts it on their head. And then does that, because that's just what you do. And now we can take it off and put our helmet back on again. So I've got 1 minute 48 left on my slow falling. I'm going to run to the end of this boat and see if I can jump down. Am I going to be able to make... I'm not going to be able to make it across, am I? Made it to here, which was close enough. So let's get down here. So now this city has been raided of its booty. Now all we need to do is see if we can get as many shulkers as we can. Bit of parkouring. Bit of parkouring never hurt anybody. Can we see them? We can see them. You can shoot them as well. So if we can see them, we can shoot them. And you really don't want to be going up into the den, into a tower like this, when there are like 4 or 5 of them up there, because they will. Obviously they'll shoot you, you'll start to levitate up, and then it'll put you right in the firing line. Now you can only shoot these guys when they're open. Now there's it. When you don't have looting on your, if you're not using your sword and you don't have looting, then there's a chance that you won't get the shulker shells. Oh dear. You see, there's loads of them up here. He's teleported out of the way. Where did he go? I need to fall down now. PDQ. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I'm going to levitate right to the top. So we're up here now, which is all well and good, but we are still being fired upon. So let's just get rid of those. What we got in here? Sometimes you'll find at the top of these, at the top of the towers, you'll find an ender chest. We've not been lucky here, and we haven't found one, but we have got some more stuff. A knockback sword, I'm going to need that. Depth Strider 3. It's worth having. Worth having any armour. So let's make ourselves another ender chest. Put that down just there. Now we've got ourselves 4 shulker shells, which is superb. So what I'm going to do is use a bit of wood. Make ourselves 16 pieces of wood. I'm going to make myself 2 chests, and then using those 2 chests, put the chests in the middle, and then put 2 shulker shells at the top, 2 at the bottom. I'm going to make myself 2 shulker boxes. And these are fantastic. These are innovative. You can't live without them now. I don't know how we managed to cope without shulker boxes, to be honest. But that gives you a chest full inventory, and a chest full of inventory, but it allows you to break it and take it with you. So now I can put in some stuff that I'm not going to be needing, like that, like that, like that. Probably put in a few torches. I've not used any torches while I've been here. Put that in there. Get rid of this sword. Put in a couple of those. Put in my goodies. Let's grab the goodies out of here. Have it all. Why not? And then throw that into my shulker box. You can't put a shulker box in a shulker box, which is a shame. Otherwise, that would just you'd get unlimited stories. That'd be pretty unfair, really, wouldn't it? Put that in there. Throw away that bottle. Now, if I break that with my pick, I can then pick it up, and it's now a shulker box full of goodies, and I can put that. So we'll put that in there. We'll put that in there. That'll do. Pick that up. I've got another 5 shulker boxes left to play with. Now I just need to get down and... Oh, can we go up on the roof? What's up here? Don't go up on the roof until you've got some slow falling potion in your belly. Oh, there you are. let's see if we can make it over here before the effect wears off. Oh no, not made it. Never mind. So also, this is the purple block I was talking about. This is the purple, the chorus fruit. Once you've put it in a furnace and cooked it, you can make these kind of blocks with it, which are very purple, I guess. And then you've got these guys, which are the end rods. That's a form of lighting, which look great in modern builds. If you're a builder, if that's the kind of thing bag you're into, then they're great. We'll have a couple of those. Excellent. So anyway, you've probably seen me do this enough. This is how you kill shulkers. So what have we got? We've got 7 shulker shells. I'm going to run around grabbing a few more, and then we'll think about heading back to the main portal. Or if you really wanted to, you can put everything inside your. We can make another end chest. We can put everything we have inside the end chest, and then we can just jump off the side into the void. It'll kill us, but we will spawn back in our bed, and everything will be safe inside our ender chest. But I'll make that decision in a little while. But first of all, I'm just going to have some fun and see how many shulker shells I can get. Go on, stick down in the description how many shulker shells you think I'm going to get from this entire city, and tell me how many times I'm going to die. Okay, well, I'm out of potions, and I think I'm at the top. I've made it. Ooh, I've made it all the way to the highest point, and I think I've got everything that moved on the way up here. If I'm being honest, if there are any shulkers down there now, then they've got away with it. I'm not going back for them. But just to note, I think you may or may not already know this, but shulkers don't regenerate. Once you've cleared out an end city, that's it. They won't come back again. So they're not like other mobs that they'll respawn if you're 128. Between 24 and 128 blocks away. They won't. Once you've farmed them, they're gone, and you can't breed them and you can't tame them. So get them while they're there. Once they're gone, they're gone. Wiggig, as they say. I really want a banner. I think I'm going to be able to get one without killing myself. Oh, I've got one. At least I've got one. I'm going to be greedy now and have more than one. And oh no, I got one. Brilliant. So what's left for me to do now then? I think I'm going to adopt the coward's way out. I'm going to make myself. I found in, was it that one over there? I think it was that one over there. Not that one. That one. No, that one. That one. In that one there, I found another ender chest. So I put a lot of my stuff in the ender chest. But I do need to make myself another one now. Have I got? Oh, I put the crafting bench. Well done, Frills. Put the crafting bench back inside my ender chest, which was super clever. Crafting bench, obsidian, eye of ender, ender chest. So, if you've been counting, I currently have 23 shulker shells, and I've already crafted 2 shulker boxes. So what's that? 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 shulker shells, which is brilliant. It helps because I've got looting on my sword. If you didn't have looting, you wouldn't get as many. Obviously, the higher the looting, the better chance you've got of the drops. Now, I don't have enough room to put everything in my ender chest, so I'm going to grab that shulker box and try and put everything I can into this shulker box. Take off all my gear. So I'm now as naked as the day I was born, apart from I'm going to need my pick. Oh, can I afford to break my pick? Shall I make a pick? I'm going to make a pick. So I don't want to be losing my iron pick, my diamond pick, do I? Perfect. Right, everything else into my box. Break my boxes. Those in there. So now the only thing I've got left on me is my iron pick. Everything else is in the ender chest, so it's all nice and safe. So there's only one thing left for me to do. I think I'll wish you adieu. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate it. I hope you've learnt something that you didn't already know. If you have, let me know what it was in the comments. I really would appreciate it. And don't forget to go over and check out how Avo tackled the end cities. I wonder if he got as lucky as I did and found one on his first attempt. So thank you again for watching, everybody. This is Frilioth, and I'm out of here.